Good morning and welcome. Thank you for joining us for today's Counselor Connect session. My name is Amanda Callahan and I coordinate Counselor Connect, which is a statewide network of support for student service professionals. We are excited to have a panel of people joining us today, and we will introduce all of them in just a second. We will be hearing about preparing students to own their future success. This session will be recorded, as all of our sessions typically are, and that will be posted later on. So if you do need to exit early for some reason or want to go back and rewatch, you will be able to do that. This will be available in the next day or two, and I will share the recording with you. So with that, I am going to hand it over to Laura to get us started and introduce the panelists.
Great, thank you, Amanda. Well, good morning, everyone, and good day to anyone that is watching this on demand. We are thrilled to be here this morning to talk with you all about how to incorporate career exploration and those experiences for our K-8 students. We know so much of that is focused so often at the high school level, and we're just excited to share with you some ways that perhaps we can help provide you with some resources, ideas, and tools to add to your program at the K-8 level. We know that as the Indiana Department of Ed is looking to change the high school experience, that in preparing our K-8 students for high school, we really need to begin those essential career awareness conversations in the elementary years and begin that career exploration at the middle school. And so, in addition to that, we're excited to be able to share, as the career coaching framework has been released K-12, some ways that we can also help support meeting those requirements and needs as we look at that K-12. So with that, I'm excited to introduce myself and my incredible Junior Achievement colleagues that are here with us this morning. So I am Laura Butgereit. I am the Director of College and Career Readiness in MSD Warren Township. I've been a school counselor for almost 30 years and just really excited to be part of this today. So I'm going to turn this over to Sally to share with you introductions with her team, and then to begin sharing with you what Junior Achievement can do for your schools and your programs.
Thank you, Laura. Excited to be here today to share with you more information about JA programs. So my name is Sally Mann, and I'm Senior Director of School and Community Outreach. I coordinate all of our programs K through 12 with our school partners as well as with our company partners. I'm a former middle school teacher and learned about Junior Achievement when I took my kids to BizTown, and they also participated in Finance Park. So happy to be here today, and I'll turn it over to my colleagues, Emma and Sam.
Good morning. My name is Samantha Taylor. I am the K through 8 Learning Experiences Coordinator here with Junior Achievement of Central Indiana. So I help mainly at the elementary and middle school levels. I work with schools to help facilitate programs that they may want to run in their schools. I am a former educator as well. I taught at the elementary level for 14 years. And I'm happy to be a part of the Junior Achievement team and to hopefully help you understand resources available to you at your school as well.
Good morning. I'm Emma Wright. I'm the Manager of College and Career Readiness at JA of Central Indiana. I'm also so excited to be here with you all this morning. I currently oversee our Career Discovery Meeting program at the high school level, as well as our STEM initiatives and other K through 12 programs. I'm also a former elementary teacher and was proud to bring my class to JA BizTown, and that's kind of how I became connected here as well. So looking forward to sharing more. And I'll also kick us off too with sharing our mission, and we'll just watch a quick video afterward to get a better idea of the work that we do. But our mission is summarized by: we inspire and prepare young people to own their future success. And this takes place through a variety of different programs, but our goal is that students feel confident pursuing the lives and careers of their choosing after they leave us at the high school level. And we can click on our video.
You know what I get asked a lot? What do you want to be when you grow up? I've heard of engineers, bankers, mayors, but what do they really do? Where can a kid learn about all these jobs? Don't worry, I know just a place.
Junior Achievement offers experiential programs, and it's not just one. There's a number or a variety of programs that cater to students, whether they're in elementary school, middle school, or high school.
We are giving students an opportunity to learn how to budget, how to earn money, what the value of a dollar is, and to really work as an adult.
There are an incredible amount of options for my future. I have a long road ahead of me, but with Junior Achievement, I know just where to start.
It is important for our students here in Indiana to have access to an opportunity like this.
Because the only way we learn anything, the only way you get sticky knowledge is by engaging your full mind and body in an experience. And these days are immersive, and they offer a ton of different opportunities.
The fact that within this one space, there are so many different careers to explore, and kids can really get their hands into it and really imagine themselves is a very powerful experience that creates.
Thinking about which career path to follow can be tough and confusing. But thanks to Junior Achievement, I've had the opportunity to talk with professionals who have taken a wide range of career paths.
The biggest need and benefit of this is to show them that they can still be successful and end with a successful career, no matter the journey that they take to get there.
This is a rare chance for professionals to get face-to-face with students and look them in the eye and tell them what they're passionate about, and hopefully pass on some of that passion to the students.
Junior Achievement offers a wide variety of programs that build on each other, from kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade. It really gives kids a unique, interactive, hands-on experience with the real world that gives them confidence and starts to paint that picture for them for what their future looks like. And that's the magic of Junior Achievement.
Because of Junior Achievement, I feel inspired, prepared,
And ready for my future.
You know what I get asked a lot?
Sorry, give me a second to pull the slides back up. I exited out.
I never get tired, oops, there you go, of seeing those faces and those stories of the kids. I always get excited to see those.
Agree, Laura. Okay, thank you, Amanda. So a little bit about our office here in Central Indiana. We deliver hands-on immersive learning experiences in the areas of work readiness, financial literacy, entrepreneurship, sustainability, STEM, economics, citizenships, and ethics. Our programs impact that continuum of K through 12. We served last school year over 60,000 students here in Central Indiana. We have over 200 school partners. We have 488 business partners. Every volunteer that enters the classroom, we train them before going into the classroom. This last year, we had around 3,800 volunteers. We are in a 29 county radius here in Central Indiana. And Sam is going to share with you some of the other JA offices here in Indiana that serve other counties. All of our programs align with the academic standards, and we truly believe if you can see it, you can be it.
So JA of Central Indiana services, as Sally said, the 29 counties surrounding Indianapolis in Marion County. You can see there that light blue color here on the map are those counties that we serve here in the JA of Central Indiana office. And you can see the names of those counties listed here on the slide. And then you could go ahead and click to the next slide. So this kind of shows a broader picture of the state of Indiana as a whole. And you can see here that the majority of the counties in Indiana are served by one of the JA offices that can be found here in Indiana. The northern section up there is serviced by the JA of Northern Indiana office. And then that darker color down at the bottom, the southern portion of Indiana, is served by the JA of Southwest Indiana office. And you can see here on this slide, we have added the contacts for those areas in this slide if you are found in one of those areas. And then that middle section there is the same section highlighted on the last slide, which is the area that we service here in the JA of Central Indiana office with my contact information listed there as well. You will also notice there are some small portions of Indiana that are still white that don't fall within the service areas of any of those 3 Indiana offices. If you happen to be located in one of those counties that's within Indiana but not colored, then you're serviced by another area office. For example, those counties to the south and east, those would be serviced by the Cincinnati office, or up north, those few counties up there would be serviced by the Chicago office. So every county is covered depending on where you're located within the state. Next slide.
So our capstone programs, we have 3 main capstone programs. Last year, we served around 44,000 students with those 3 main capstone programs.
All right, I'll share a little bit about JA BizTown. So you saw a little bit of what that looks like in action in the video, but this is our 5th grade or elementary capstone experiential learning program in which 5th grade students independently operate a city for the day. So leading up to this experience, they've spent about a month in their classrooms with their teachers and their classmates, learning about saving and spending, how to operate a business, how to market and sell a product, and planning for the simulation experience. So for us in Central Indiana, our BizTown is truly reflective of our local community, and you can see a few of those key businesses that students hopefully recognize in their own community. But while they're there, they, as I shared, they're working with their team, their coworkers, which are their classmates for the day. They publish a newspaper, they elect a mayor. It's a very memorable experience, but it also gives students the chance in 5th grade to begin thinking about what interests them, what they enjoy doing, and how to do it really well. So last year at BizTown, we served around 13,000 5th grade students. I'll also mention that each day there are volunteers either from the school community that come to share this experience with their students, but we also have several corporate partners. So it ends up being a really nice bridge for students to engage with the leaders in their community through BizTown as well.
JA Job Spark is another capstone program for us at the middle school level. This happens at the fairgrounds every September. This past September, I think we had around 15,000 students participate in the program. The year before, we had around 13,000 participate. But it's a career exploration fair in which students can dig in and learn about various careers. So as you can see here, there are students learning about the vet tech program, and they had stuffed animals, if you will, that they were doing activities with. We have about 120 business partners that participate in this event, and we have around 1,000 volunteers that participate as well. So it's a time for kids to just dig in and learn about a variety of careers. JA Career Ignite is another capstone program for us at the high school level. Last year, we had 11 schools participate in our JA Career Ignite events. We served about 18,000 students in that middle school and high school range. So these career fairs are fulfilling the requirement from HEA 1002. We organize our career fairs either in the 8 industry clusters or by the 4 E's, just based on what the school would like. So here you can see companies attending the fairs, or we have military that attends our fairs. We have a variety of enrollment programs that attend our fairs. We're trying to give kids, rather than just having a pamphlet for the students about their company, we try to give kids a little hands-on experience at each table. So that's a little bit about our career fairs at the high school level.
And then outside of our 3 capstone programs mentioned here, we also offer in-school kit-based programs. And we have kits at all grades K through 12. And these kits are free and can be mailed directly to your school. And the kits come prepared and basically ready to pick up and teach. And it comes with enough materials for up to 30 students per kit. These curriculums, they teach grade level appropriate skills based on either financial literacy, career readiness, or entrepreneurship, or a combination of all of those. And each kit at the elementary level has about 5 lessons per kit. And then at the middle school level, 6 or more lessons will be taught at the middle school level. These curriculums can also be taught by the classroom teacher. They can be taught by support staff, or they can also be taught by volunteers that come into the schools and help out as well. And then another option that we offer is that once a teacher is signed up to teach the curriculum, they will also then have access to JA's learning platform, which also has additional resources such as PowerPoint presentations that go along at some grade levels. There are downloadable PDFs that can then be uploaded to your school's learning platform, where students can just type in their information and submit it that way. And then there's also extra printable materials available if teachers need them. And then if you look there on the left, that's a list of all of our programs offered from the elementary through high school level. If you look down at the bottom here, and then Amanda, if you could click on that link there that says JA programs. One more up. Sorry, one more up. Yes, perfect. Thank you. This is a live document of the picture on the previous screen. And then from here, you can click on any of those titles of the programs, and it will take you to an overview of that program. So yeah, if you could pick one up there. So this is just an example of kind of the learning experience overview that will give you information on this particular program. So you can see there at the top, it lists that this is financial literacy based. And then it'll tell you a little bit about the objectives, the learning goals. And then if you want to go to the next page, it will break it down by session or lesson and tell you the overviews and objectives and activity per lesson that you find within that unit. So that's available for you to look through at the grade levels that pertain to your level that you're servicing. And then I'm sure by now you are all familiar with the Indiana Career Coaching Framework that's been developed by the Indiana Commission for Higher Education, which we have added in the link here, the one that the Commission for Higher Education has created. Amanda, if you could click on the link there that says Career Coaching Framework. So this is the framework that's been put out that focuses on what career exploration, engagement, and experiences should look like from grades K through 12. And then if you could head back to the slides. So since Junior Achievement is an approved intermediary with the ICHE, which means JA qualifies in meeting the needs of that career coaching framework through our programs. So since we meet that requirement, we have created a document that shows how JA aligns with the specific requirements of that framework. So if you could then click on that link there that says Career Coaching Framework and JA Program Alignment. Maybe. Uh-oh.
I don't know what
maybe
Maybe somebody can link it into the
maybe
chat.
the wrong
and I
link
can
was
update it.
added there. We can get that link added to the chat there, but this will be a document that you see that shows exactly what programs align with which area of that framework. Like for example, there's one area in the K-2 programs in the Explore section that talks about creating good habits, what that looks like at the kindergarten or first grade or second grade level. So we have linked all of our programs that fit that requirement, and it will take you to those overviews, and then you can kind of dig in to see how it specifically meets that requirement. So we'll get that link added here for you so you can take a look at that and see how it meets those requirements given by the CHE. I think that covers all the kit-based programs.
All right, I can share, and I just wanted to address maybe the question in the chat too, where and how can schools request kits? So best way to reach us is by email. And then I'm sure on this slide, in a couple previous slides ago, was Samantha Taylor's email, and she is the best person to reach out to get kits. In Central Indiana service area, if you are interested in another county service area, that would be the other email addresses shared. And then I'll just kind of share as well about our Speaker Spotlight and Career Discovery Meetings program. So Speaker Spotlight is kind of the typical career day, but we really try to be intentional in training our volunteers to share about their personal career journey from choosing a career, landing a job, and then building a successful career after they graduate high school. So this is the time that employers are speaking with students about those tips and advice that they wish they knew at that age. And then we have also had the opportunity to tailor the volunteer recruitment to the needs of specific schools. So an example would be a school that's seeking STEM certification. We've been able to partner with volunteers representing the STEM career fields to host a speaker day highlighting STEM fields and ultimately supporting schools in reaching that certification. So that's just one example of how those programs are tailored to fit the needs of schools. Additionally, this is at the high school level, so not necessarily that K-8 space, but just so you know kind of where students are headed. We do offer career discovery meetings as an approved intermediary with the Commission for Higher Ed to fulfill the legislative requirements of HEA 1002. So these are those small group mentorship sessions in which a volunteer is meeting with a group of 5 students and during 30 minutes is sharing about their personal career story, the in-demand jobs in the state of Indiana, as well as taking a look at the salaries associated with different jobs, which always gets our students excited, learning about the money that they can be potentially making when they graduate, and then closing with time to complete a post-secondary plan. So those are a couple other programs that we offer in the middle and high school space.
All right. Well, thank you so much, my JA team. Before I share with you a little bit about Xello and our experience with that, I just want to reiterate, as a school counselor, with a lot of my years in that secondary space and middle school space, we're always looking for resources, and we love free, right? So I just want to tell you, if you are looking for ways to enhance your college and career readiness discussions at the K-8 level to take advantage of those classroom kits. They're very flexible. Our school counselors use them, and they sometimes pick and choose different lessons depending on how it relates to what's going on in their program or how they integrate that. And so those resources and kits are just incredibly valuable. So I encourage you to take advantage of that. I also want to give a plug for the BizTown and JobSpark experiences. If you've not looked into those, if you ask any adult, if they participated in BizTown, no matter what their age, they will tell you they remember going. They'll probably be able to tell you what their job was. I know as a parent, my own children who are now 26 went to BizTown, and they still will talk about that day there and the job they got to do, and that. And to be honest, it's one of my favorite days in our district to go and see our fifth graders participating in that. And JobSpark is an experience like no other to see literally thousands of eighth graders interacting with all the careers and hands-on and just the excitement that they see the whole truly, if I can see it, I can be it. There are so many things they can see there. So that's my school counselor plug to take advantage of these resources and look into those experiences for your students. I'm going to segue to talk a little bit about Xello. If you've been in conversation with districts, or if you were at the Indiana School Counseling Conference last week and had a chance to look at Xello, you're going to see that many schools are choosing to move to the Xello platform. It is not free, but I will tell you in the research that we did, it was one of the rare programs that has a robust K-5 curriculum and lessons. We really struggled to find that. And when I moved into this role 6 years ago, we were really looking for a way to align that college and career readiness experience K-12. So we have found Xello to be interactive, user-friendly. It does offer multiple language options for students. And so it meets the needs of our multilingual students. And so just have found it to be an incredibly valuable resource for our district. So my intention today is to give you a very brief overview just to share with you what it kind of looks like and how we've used it. And if it looks like something you want to explore, you can reach out to Xello and they'll be happy to provide you with a demo. So as we look to the overview for them, in Xello K-5, we're really looking at that career awareness. So if you've seen that graphic where we talk about in the elementary years, we're really looking at career awareness and then moving that into the career exploration at the middle school level, and then at the high school level, moving into career preparation, and even more so now with our work-based learning and that career experiences. And so Xello K-5 really focuses on the self-discovery, helping students identify things that they like, what they're good at, skills and interests. We really utilize it to expose them to a variety of careers. We know when you ask elementary students, typically they're going to tell you about the careers that they see either in their school, at home, or in what they play in video games or what they see on TV and that. And so we really want to expand that to some of those jobs that maybe they don't see every day or may not even know that there's a job that relates to something they're very interested in. And then again, building on those future readiness skills that we know begin so early on. So again, that was one of the things that drew us to the Xello platform is that K-5. You can get the next slide. So Xello K2 is a game-based learning. The students are engaged in a mystery solving. Ernestine McNohire is creating havoc in the career town and taking jobs in the town, and the students have to figure out how to find those jobs and save the town. And so there's 6 different endings as they go through. As you can see on here, there's a little hospital, There's a farm, there's a pet salon, there's a construction and a park, and I believe that's an art museum. And so students engage in each different career area. There's a game to play and then clues to figure out. And so I will tell you, my grandson, when he first played with this as a kindergartner, every time he came over to my house after that, he would ask to play that job game that I had. So I felt like that was a good testament for my own children. So if you want to go to the next slide. So this is a little bit of what that platform looks like. So again, it's very user-friendly, it's interactive. The students create their own avatar so they can make it look like them with different hair and skin tone, eye color, clothing, and that. So they really enjoy making that little avatar that looks like them. Throughout the games, they solve clues, they earn badges and stickers, they save different things that are interested, they add skills and things they like, and they're learning. And you can see some of the jobs that they learn about are ones that are not necessarily a typical job they see every day. So the curator at the museum, a professional artist, a photographer, the crane operator, an engineer, an architect, all of those different areas based upon what they like to do. It starts introducing them to what those careers look like. Next slide. As you move into the 3-5 range, it goes a little bit deeper. Again, students have their own platform. They build things about themselves. They're able to add interest, explore different questions to find out what they're good at. They can explore careers. Just if they know of a career, they can go in and directly explore that. They set goals through various activities that they do on the platform. Again, building that awareness. And we're now moving a little bit into that career exploration. At the 3-5 level, they have interactive missions for the students. There are 3 to 4 missions per grade level. And so how we've utilized that, and I'll share this a graphic of this a little bit later, is we've built Xello into all of our e-learning days. And so students on those e-learning days have in grades 3 to 5, have a mission to complete. And we link that to one of their classes in the day. And so these missions are self-directed, interactive, again, available in multiple languages. They also can have some accommodations where it'll read the screen for students if they need that additional support in the reading. And so we've just found this is a great way to get students interacting with careers in a way that is interesting and engaging to them. So this is a little bit of what the dashboard looks like. You can see they get to pick a little avatar animal, and they can add interest and skills. It also at the 3 to 5, they're very intentional about connecting their school subjects to careers. We know that question of, well, why is this important? Why do I need to learn this? And so they begin connecting the classes. If I really like art, or if I really like English, really like math or science, what are careers that are linked to those specific subjects in school? And so that's one of the things I really like about that 3 to 5 level, is making those connections to the world of work, to what they're doing in the classroom. They can save careers. Again, lots of just opportunities for them to go in and explore. And through some of the missions, they also identify goals and that all saves within the platform. The other thing that I love about Xello is everything they do stays with them K-12. So as a 6th grader, they can go back and look at what they liked in 5th grade and look at, well, I don't really like that anymore. I like something different. And so it all builds and saves into their profile and stays with them K-12. So as we move into 6-12, again, we're now really digging deep into that career exploration. And as we move even into the high school level, they begin that career preparation stage. So this is the dashboard 6-12. So once you get to 6th grade, the dashboard looks the same from 6th grade through 12. You can see on the left, there's lessons instead of missions. They're now called lessons. Again, there's about 3 to 6 lessons per grade level, and they can be flexible, so you can move them around. They have suggested grade levels for 6, 7, and 8, but you can adjust and modify those to fit your needs in your district. You can put assignments into Xello. There's portfolios. Students can upload information. They continue with building that about me. And so that profile of what they like and dislike and their skills and interests. So a couple of the things that are really great at the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade level here is the Matchmaker, which is their career explorer and career interest inventory. And so through that, it's a quick and easy to answer questions about what they like to do or don't like to do. And at the end, it provides them with a list of careers. And it even goes into depth of it's an excellent match, it's a good match. And even some of them will say that it's not a great match. And so how we've used that many times is I'll have students, and I'm sure some of you have encountered this, that I have students that say, well, they want to go into nursing or they want to be a doctor. But when they do their matchmaker, it comes up that it's not a good match. And they can actually click and see why it made a good match or not made a good match. So, you know, if you say you want to be a doctor, but you say you really don't like science, it's going to say to you, well, there's a lot of science in being a doctor, and this is why that may not be a good match for you. You can have the students do a personality style assessment, a learning style, again, identifying the labs, the portfolio, and then even at the high school level, they can begin doing the 4-year plans. As an 8th grader, they can map out their high school plan. The high school can upload their course planner into Xello, and then students can make that 4-year plan visually, and it's stored there in Xello. There's also the college planning tool and exploring those. So the other thing I want to mention that they've added recently is the social media type feed in the middle. So this updates, and there's various articles and videos and information, and it is individualized to the student's interest. So when I did my interest inventory for this example, graphic designer was one of the things that came up on my matchmaker as a career. And so as students save careers and add more information into Xello, it will tailor that social media feed to connect to the things that they say that they're interested in. And I thought that was a great addition last year. Again, students can switch to their native language. And originally it was just Spanish, and this year they added, there's 130 plus languages available for students that changes all the lessons and information into their native language. Next slide. The other part that I love about the 612 is students can add experiences. So they can begin adding them as early as middle school and 6th grade. So if they participate in volunteering, or they have a part-time job, and that as they go through high school, they can add these experiences in here. And then when they get to the high school level, they can also create a resume. And as a former high school counselor, I can tell you the resume is one of the better resume makers that I have found. It does create a nice, simple, concise resume for a high school student that they could take with them to a job interview. So that's just another great component of the platform. And then the other thing I really like is that students can look at their pathways, right? So we all know that as college provides a great opportunity for many students, there are many other pathways for students to follow to find a successful career. And so I love that they can go to the pathways and explore all the different options. So whether it's military, apprenticeship, owning their own business, technical training, if they want to go straight to work out of high school or take that gap year. So they can explore all of those through this. And then you also see at the bottom there a glance of where students can explore careers specifically. They can get and search different colleges and universities, or if they have an interest in a major and know something they want to study, they can explore that way. So lots of avenues for the students to build that career awareness and exploration all on their own, and very easy to navigate. As any college and career readiness platform has, when they get into the specifics, you can see here, this is an aircraft mechanic. You can see it says good match, find out why. If you click on that, it tells you why. There's typically an interview with someone in that field, talks about their core tasks, what a workplace look like. And then each career also shows if this is a job that is increasing in demand or if it's one that may be changing or decreasing in demand. Again, something important for students to consider, as we know that the world of work is changing rapidly, and there will be jobs 10 years from now that we didn't even know would be there. So paying attention to whether that's a growing field or not is important in that exploration process. And then here's just a little video overview of Xello that I feel like just does a great way to sum it all up.
An engaged student is a successful student. It's as simple as that. You've got some kids saying, I know where I'm going, just show me how to get there. And then you have students who don't think there's anywhere for them to go. You have to be able to support both of those students and everybody in between. Get them to take a real look at themselves and see what that means for their future. When you say to students, to any student, your life is not a one-size-fits-all thing. Let's take a look at who you are and how you learn and what interests you and figure out where that can take you. And let's map out how you can get there. You're giving these kids a real reason to care. They see just how much possibility is out there. That's when the switch flips and a student realizes they have a hand in their own destiny. And that changes how a student's going to view school and learning and their whole story. There is a difference in test scores, in attendance, is this positive culture around academics. Proof you can point to and say, these kids have the confidence to tackle the next step, whatever that might be. What happens when students are investing in themselves, it's remarkable.
So a couple of things. Okay, so I wanted to give you a visual. So this is how we have mapped out Xello as part of our e-learning day. So we typically have 3 e-learning days throughout the year. And as I mentioned before, we link these missions to their e-learning assignments for the day. So the mission or the lesson. So you can see every year we create this scope and sequence for Xello. I will tell you that in our district, Xello is really championed by our school counselors. They work with the teachers at the elementary and middle school level. They'll work with the teachers to do some of the introduction videos. I include in this link, Xello has a wealth of instructional and resource videos on YouTube. So there are linked there videos for teachers and counselors to see how to navigate, how to utilize the platform. Xello also has a wealth of additional expansion lessons and ways that you can take the lessons in Xello and move them into a classroom or do that. We've also utilized Xello as some of their extension activities as emergency guest plans throughout the district. So we know sometimes there's that last minute guest teacher that has to fill in and there may or may not be a lesson plan. And so we utilize Xello as a way to engage students in that career exploration is something that they could do that's meaningful in the absence of a teacher or a lesson plan for that day. So we include links for the video for the counselors and the teachers as resources on how to update different things, how to navigate the matchmaker. And then we map out on each learning day what those are. So you can see in 6th grade, they do that matchmaker, that career interest inventory and their interests. They look at time management and then they look at school subjects at work. And that's that linking work to the career, work to specific school subjects. 8th grade, there's a transition to high school. Again, more in-depth exploring of their career matches and that. So we've incorporated this concept K-12. So every grade level on those e-learning days has an assignment to complete. Xello also provides you reports and engagement. When we look at planning, we are looking to incorporate career cafes this year at the middle school level. And what that looks like is inviting students, looking at Xello and looking at interests. And so let's say we have a high interest in the health careers, then we would like to invite a nurse, maybe a medical assistant, a phlebotomist, different jobs in the health careers area. And we would invite them in, and then students during their lunch can pick up their lunch and go to one of our LGI rooms and then eat their lunch and have that opportunity to interact with people from that specific career area. So we utilize Xello to identify what are those top careers that students are interested in, so that when we do career days or we bring in speakers, or if we're working with Samantha to bring in speakers for career day, we can utilize some of the data in Xello to gear those speakers to areas that we know our students are interested in. And then one other way that I know individuals have been discussing using Xello is through the Preparing for College and Career course. I know for many of us that's in the high school level, but I hear more and more conversations about that moving to 8th grade. And so we have that class right now is at the 9th grade level. But we have integrated Xello into that coursework throughout the whole year. And so again, if that PCC is something that moves to the 8th grade level, this would be another way that you could build that curriculum and incorporate that into the learning. So I know there was a question in the chat about Indiana Career Explorer. I do know that a lot of schools utilize that. And I will tell you, I am not super familiar with it. It's been a while since I've used that. I do know it is free, and that's a big component that I understand is really important for schools. But I am not super familiar with how this is. What I have briefly heard from people is I know that they have definitely improved the user friendliness of it. But I sometimes hear that's a challenge, and I welcome my junior achievement friends to join in if you have any additions to that, because I know you may work with schools that utilize that more. So that's kind of my big overview on Xello, and my contact information is here as well. And so I have spoken with many districts about Xello as they've considered that. So you are welcome to reach out to me. And if you have any questions, and then again, at this point, we'll open it up for any questions that people have. And again, Sally or Samantha, Emma, if you have anything else to add about the Indiana Career Explorer, I welcome you to do that.
Thank you, Laura. I will just concur that we have heard they've made some changes with Indiana Career Explorer and to make it more user-friendly for everyone. So that's pretty much all we know about it.
And so at this point, I am welcome you. We have a small group. So if you want to unmute and ask a question, or if you'd rather put it in the chat, if that's easier, but we'd be happy to answer any questions that you have regarding any of the junior achievement programs or Xello or anything else that we can maybe help you with in terms of that college and career readiness K-8.
I want to thank all of you for your time today and the information you shared. I do want to add to along the lines of the Xello conversation. If your district is a member of CIESE or another educational service center around the state, we do have a partnership with Xello. So be sure before, if you are considering purchasing a contract with them, that you reach out to your local educational service center to see if you could go that route and make sure you get the partnership rate for that. So I just wanted to mention that.
Absolutely. Any questions? If not, I know Amanda has some things I believe she wants to share.
Sure. I will share, if you do want a PGP for your attendance during today's session, you can complete the short evaluation here linked on the slide, and then you will receive that directly in your email inbox pretty quickly after you complete that. So take a minute to do that if you would like that for license renewal. Also wanted to share some upcoming events that we have over the next couple of months. December, we have Supporting Students After a Crisis. That's free virtual. So check that out. Our year-long coffee talk series, our next session is December 11th, and Flora Jones will be joining us to give us an update on the high school redesign and where we are at in that process. Our Spotlight on Legal series, our second session in that series is December 11th, and they will be talking about parent permission around student counseling assessments. And then finally, we will be kicking off our annual winter book study in January. And this year, we are going to be reading The Anxious Generation, How the Great Rewiring of Childhood is Causing an Epidemic of Mental Illness. That registration is not yet posted, but it probably will be in the next couple of weeks. So just stay tuned, and I'll share any new information in the monthly newsletter. Finally, some resources are linked here. The curriculum library, our calendar, which includes events from all organizations and associations that might be relevant to school counselors. So check that out for new events. And then last is our contact information. I will leave this up here for a second and look to see, I'm not seeing any questions in the chat. So we'll stick around here for just another minute in case you do have questions, but otherwise, thanks for joining us today. Thank you again to Laura and also to Junior Achievement, all of you. Thanks for being with us and sharing information. We appreciate you and hope to see you all very soon.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Amanda.
Thanks, Amanda.
Thank you.